From the moment you arrive, the experience feels authentically close to nature, with a landscape design that's complementary to its surrounds. You are greeted with a temperature scan and a mask, keeping up with the trends and demands of 2020 hospitality. There's a 15 dirham per person entry fee. Or you can have a friendly and informative guide for another 25. You are also welcome to, like us, just explore as you go.
There are two routes. A quick 2-kilometer glimpse of the park, or a bit more scenic 3-kilometer one. We'll stick to the left and go long and scenic. It's a beautifully laid out park with wooden walkways over the water, curving closely around and in between the mangroves. The reflections in the clear water, along with the bright blue skies, feels like just the right amount of nature to switch off from the world after a long day.
The grey mangroves are largely found in the protected emirate of Abu Dhabi. These tough little things can grow up to 10 meters tall and have the ability to survive in high salinity areas. They have a complex salt filtration root system to cope with the seawater. At root level, they are even able to exclude some salt, as well as excreting salt through their leaves.
Because of the shallow water levels, the high and low tide appears rather extreme. These extremes are important as mangrove seeds germinate while still attached to the parent plant. The seedlings are buoyant. They fall in the water and the tide will transport them to a suitable habitat. To start off on their own path, to one day protect and feed all the creatures who call these shallow waters home. Oh, and speaking of, during high tide, mangrove crabs climb up into the mangroves for protection from predators and to eat. Mangroves and crabs have a beautiful win-win relationship. The presence of crabs have been shown to improve the growth of mangrove plants. After a nice filling late lunch, the mangroves are also an ideal hangout for a crab to relax and wait out the high tide before heading back home.
Stealthy and well camouflaged, thousands of fish roam the high tides. These mangroves are not only good to its immediate inhabitants, but also for all of us earthlings. Mangroves alone account for 14% of global coastal carbon sequestration. They permanently sequester carbon up to 100 times faster than terrestrial forests. The park has many cleverly designed lookout points, like these nets that allow you very close contact. They're also bouncy enough to ensure wobbly and out of focus shots of birds quite some distance away. Oh well, might as well just enjoy the break.
Exploring the park can easily make you feel like you're in a different world. But there are still some good reminders all around to practice sufficient social distancing, with some activities like canoeing temporarily put on hold. Salinity in these waters measures as high as double that of normal seawater. These pillars are salt collectors. They are underwater during high tide. Their tops retain some of the water when the tide goes down. During the day, under the hot sun, the water evaporates, and the salt from the seawater stays behind.
An elevated lookout point, blending in superbly with its environment. The park was designed by Australian environmental design firm GHD. With 35% of the world's mangroves destroyed largely by coastal development, it is nice to see how a large structure can still exist in nature and not instead of it.
And so the day goes. The sun is setting, and the tide is dropping. It's time to close our cameras and hope for the best.